true Southern name. Her name is Carol Jean Carey. Welcome to the show, Miss Carol Jean.
Thank you.
That's a Southern name, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's not no Yankee name. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss Carol Jean.
Let's see. My parents were both teachers. I was born in Atlanta, and we moved here when I was about 4 years old, out to Dozier Road in Appling.
Right.
And I've lived there ever since.
Ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of good folks out on Dozier Road. So, you started school in Appling?
Right, at Appling Elementary School. And in 6th grade, my mom was teaching in Thompson. She started the gifted program, so I came here and started at Maxwell Elementary.
Nobody ever accused me of being in no gifted program. I thought if you made a C or above, you was in great shape. I mean,
no reason to overshoot.
No, I didn't ever. I told Coach Leroy, I said, man, I made a C. He said, you doing good. But, all right. So what year did you graduate? You're going to age you now. What year did you graduate from high school?
Probably about 1999. No, 1976.
You remember some of the people you graduated with?
Sure do.
Who's some of them?
Julie Rabin, Diane Rooks, Page.
Yeah.
Let's see, Scott Montgomery. I don't know why these names. Prissy Newsom, Roxanne.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
LaWanna Langford.
Y'all gonna have a 45-year reunion? Or?
I don't know. We were supposed to have had a big one, but then they canceled the plans, and so I mean, like all lots of years and anniversaries. But I guess we'll have another.
Name me 3 of your favorite teachers of all times.
Of all times.
Of all time.
Bill Vaughn.
Yep.
Kathy Mogish and Law. I don't even know who else. I don't know. Ms. Abbott. Ms. Baston.
Yeah. Yeah, my favorite was, most favorite was Martha Lewis. Did you ever know Miss Lewis?
I don't think so.
She taught me English from the 6th grade to the 11th grade. She went up with us every year. And she loved to diagram sentences. And I loved it. She made a game out of it, and I could do, when I got to college, my first 4 years of English, I breezed on by. I didn't make nothing but A's.
Well, if you had been in Kathy Mogish's room, you'd have known it, and you'd have thought English one.
Well, Kathy Mogish was taught by Martha Lewis. That's how she learned.
Well,
she was.
We did the same thing. All of us.
And Christy Hawes. What did Christy teach? English too.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
it's been too long ago.
Christy Brown. She was Christy Hawes. Well, those were the good old. We've had a lot of great teachers.
Yes, we have.
There's nothing in. I've always said teachers were way underpaid.
That is true, and I'd like for all the teachers in Warren County to hear me say that you're way underpaid.
No question about it. They deserve. Without teachers, where are we going to be?
Where would you be? Where would anybody be without teachers?
Teachers are the most important people in our country.
Yeah. And there's some people who teach, and then there are real born teachers, and that's what we have is people who were born to teach.
I used to go home and tell my uncle. I said, ain't none of them teachers learning me nothing. He said, yeah, I can understand why.
That's right.
First of all, your language. But Ms. Lewis, in the 6th grade, we had to have an oral book report. And she said, all right, Ram. I got up. I said, the name of my book is Winning Fullback by John Saunders Johnson. And I went on and told a great story about that. She said, that's great, Ralph. I'd like to see you after school. I said, yes, ma'am. Everybody left. She said, Ralph, did you read that book? I dropped my head and I looked at it and I said, no, ma'am. She said, well, I'm going to give you a B. I said, a B? She said, anybody that much creativity could get up and do what you did deserves a B. But if you had lied to me, I'd have gave you a 0. And she said, now you need to learn how to read and enjoy it. And she gave me some books to read, and Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer and some of those things. And she made me give her a book report. She'd ask me some questions about it. And that's when I've loved to read now all my life. I don't read as much as I used to because my old glasses.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but your favorite class in college was what? What did you major in college?
Education.
Education. What was your favorite classes?
Let's see. Probably the history classes.
History classes. Yeah. I love history.
Anything that didn't include math.
Me too. I wasn't good at math. I get by, but
elementary ed only required 1 math class. That's a good reason to do that. Although I love budgets. Yeah. Of course.
See, I was going to be a football coach, and I had 2 more quarters, and then I'd done my teaching certificate. student teacher, and I got my degree. But I was in the National Guard, And I went off, and I said, well, I'll just go back when I get back and finish it. But I didn't. I wanted a car, so I went to work and got a car. But I made a whole lot more in the banking business than I ever made in the coaching business. So,
Great.
Good Lord works in mysterious ways. All right. Do you have a pet?
Not anymore.
Got to get you one.
I got 6 grandchildren.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, Miss Carol Jean. Let's get back now. You're in college. You're at Georgia Southern College, and things are really going well with you. Where did you meet your husband at?
I met him my first semester in college at Augusta College, and we transferred then to Southern, and we finished up there, and then got a master's in special education.
When did you get married?
In 1980.
Was you still in school?
I had just finished school.
You had just finished school,
Right.
and your first job was where?
At Martinez Elementary School in Columbia County.
And where was his first job at?
At Langford.
That's where my uncle taught. Langford Junior High School.
Langford Junior High School.
That was a great school. I remember a lot of the people down there. Miss Parrish, Miss Minger.
I know her.
She had 2 sons that played college football, and Miss Parrish was the nurse. No, she was an English teacher, and I can't remember the nurse's name. Sweet as she could be. Mr. Duncan was the principal. I got a good memory. That's been it's been 60 years ago, just about.
Right.
And when I got my IQ tested down there, my uncle said I was a genius. I said, yeah, right. He said, you ought to be doing a lot better than you. I said, I'm getting by. But education again is great. So you stayed in Martinez how long?
I taught there 2 years, and then I taught 1 year in the gifted program. That wasn't my calling. And then I went to my home school at North Columbia.
North Columbia. Okay.
A little country school.
How long did you stay at North Columbia?
Oh, I forgot. Let's see, 4 years.
Do you remember some of the finest and brightest students you've ever had?
Yes.
A lot of them?
Yes, I do.
Good.
I see a lot of them.
Did they go on to do good things?
They do. And I have 3 or 4 of them that live on my road that I taught that are fantastic.
You mentioned Billy Vaughn a while ago. He's special, isn't he?
He is very special. Hey, Bill.
I hope he's listening. But
I do too.
Yeah, he is special. He's been
He's
a good
taught
friend.
for us. He's been in Warren County now, I guess, like maybe 13, maybe even more than that. Maybe longer than that.
He
13
taught
years.
here for what, 40 years?
I think he's been there longer than 13 years. But anyway,
He doesn't teach anymore, though, does he?
Well, he gets to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, okay.
He gets to do. And right now he's staying home because of the virus.
Right.
But he knows that whenever he gets ready to come back, he's got a job. He's great.
Oh, yeah, absolutely great. Yeah, they don't come any better than Billy. He always said the greatest feeling I ever had when I see that light bulb go off in their head.
Our kids love him.
Yeah, I can see why. He's a special.
He was at every ball game,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. He was just a part of everything that you do over in Warren County. Well, you're blessed to be in such a really good school, aren't you?
The Warren County experience for me has been the best experience of my life.
And you stick together, and the whole community embraces Warren County schools, don't they?
I know, and a lot of people don't realize that when the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools came in, they gave a commendation that they say they have never given, or they rarely give, and that is that they saw 100% community support for the schools.
Wow.
And it's because of the staff.
That's
The
awesome.
administrators and the teachers, and our board works so well. Our board is fantastic.
Who's on your board?
Gwen Tucker is our chair, and she's been on the board for since 1984 or something like that. Sandy Elton from out at Hoover
I
Woods.
know Sandy
Yeah.
and Bonnie used to work together.
Yeah.
How's Sandy doing? She had some health issues.
She still has some health issues, but
Okay.
she's great.
She's good people, yeah.
Eugene Andrews, who was a student there, graduated since I've been there.
Okay.
And Mr. Cecil Brown, who was a teacher here in McDuffie
I know
County.
Cecil well. I was in the National Guard with Cecil.
Right. And Marie Caney. Marie is married to Joey Caney.
I know Joey. I do not know her.
She's an educator. a retired educator.
Joey was a tremendous golfer in his day.
They are so supportive, but I think it's because they realize what quality administrators we have, and they can trust them, and they trust the teachers.
Well, you got a first-class facility over there in every way.
sure do.
You got a really good new football stadium. Mm-hmm. Got a good gym.
Excellent.
And
Dr. Antonio Hill Gym.
Yeah, well, I
He
tell you
named it
what,
last year.
he was a tremendous. He played for the Dallas Cowboys for
I know.
several years.
I'll tear up if I talk about him.
He had cancer, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Your old football stadium's horrible looking.
Yeah, well, it's not ours, so I don't want to
All
claim
right, let's
that.
getting back. Warren County, You've been there 19 years, you say.
Starting 19 years
Starting
of being
19.
superintendent.
Tell me about I know your county is relatively one of the poorer counties in the state of Georgia. So I know a lot of the mamas and daddies and probably not able to afford those computers. How does that work?
Well, what we did, I'm going to back up just a little bit.
Okay.
When we realized what a fix this COVID virus was going to be, we came up with a three-pronged plan. One was if it went away, we would start back school regularly. And then if it didn't, we would consider an A-B schedule to limit class size and to also, socially distance and wear masks and do everything that you're supposed to do to be safe. And then the third thing, of course, and we didn't want to do this, was do all virtual learning. And the reason we didn't want to do that is because, I don't know if you know this, but if you rate all the counties in Georgia, Warren County has the least connectivity of any county. So the connectivity is our problem.
What does that mean?
That means there's no internet service.
Okay. No internet.
None. And there's no cell phone service. So MiFi's don't work, and Rangers don't work, and G3s don't work.
Oh, that's not good.
No. So, but as far as computers go, we have more than enough computers for everybody to have one or two, and we are checking those out to parents. But we're also purchasing some large-scale, what they call G3s, that will reach like a mile, so we can help provide consistent internet service. And we've got some 12 smaller Rangers coming, and then we've gotten some MiFi's and stuff. And we have our gym open with little stations.
That's probably a good thing to do.
Yeah, some stations that are socially distanced. If people want to come just work in there, not have access to their teacher, but if their parent wants to bring them, or
how about use internet? They say that goes out a long way.
The internet that we have to run the programs that we're using virtually have to be able to upload and download video.
Do you know whether Thompson has that same program or not?
I do not.
You do not know. I know they have gone to virtual learning. Yeah. As well.
Well, we miss our kids. We have, not only do we have the best, I'm talking about bus drivers, food service workers, parapros, teachers, everybody else, all the support staff and board. Our kids are amazing. And I have to say that everybody that comes to Warrenton or when we visit other places, they always comment on our kids and how well-mannered they are and how smart they are. This graduating class, let me just say this. We had 40 graduates this year. Wait a minute, it might have been 41. It's either 40 or 41, and there were 164 scholarship offerings for those 41. So you can imagine some of them are like every school in the world.
Well, you got a young man now that's going to IMG Academy. That's that great academy down in Florida that specializes in football.
Oh.
And everybody in the country is after this young man, basketball and football.
That's right. We tried to get him to stay here.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
But anyway, we
had a young man that went down there, but thank goodness he came back. He's playing at Auburn University now, Christian Tuck.
How about that?
So, I don't really know. Our football program, we dropped down in classification to triple A, but they have not put any information about tickets or season tickets or booster club or anything.
No, we don't have much information. We're probably putting out about the same information for each school system. We haven't gotten all the information we need to know about fall sports, about football in particular.
Yeah, and basketball is coming up. Warren County's always been real good in basketball.
Oh, yes.
For the last 10 years.
Yes, and you're going to see more of us. We've got Uriah Myrick has been working very hard with our boys basketball team, and Corey Flournoy with our girls, and our new head coach, Stephen Simpson, has been working with our boys. They even had virtual weightlifting classes at some point.
How do you have virtual weightlifting?
I guess you just tune in, like zoom in, and everybody's doing. I don't know. He's fantastic, and our coaching staff is wonderful.
Well, Coach Barnett, he was one of my best friends' daughter, Ashley, taught with you for a long time.
Yes, she did.
And
hey, Ashley.
And John said she loved it up there. She's in Swainsboro, so she can't go back and forth.
She cried and cried.
I know she did.
She would love to be there, and we would love to have her.
Yeah, he said, I tried to beg her not to get into teaching.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't have none of it. She said, Daddy, that's what I want to do.
Well, see, she was at the elementary school, and we call that elementary school the Freeman family.
Right.
And we have a Warren County family, but the Freeman family is very tight, very close, and when people leave, it's,
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the actor Morgan Freeman, didn't he have some connection to?
I've heard that, and I actually Googled that one time recently, within the last 2 months. I couldn't find that, but I have been told that
He is one of my favorites.
M.E. Freeman was his grandmother or great grandmother or something like that. I haven't been able to find it, but I'd love to verify that.
He does a section on God.
Oh yes.
And oh boy, that's fantastic.
His voice is amazing.
Oh, I love his voice. And that she shot whatever it is that the guy was in prison, and Big Red, who was Morgan, was his best friend, and how he escapes. He got the old warden because he was smart, and he didn't kill his wife, but they claimed he did. That was a great movie. But yeah, Morgan Freeman is one of my favorite. Well, let's stick to the story anyway.
Well, when we vacated the M.E. Freeman Elementary School, and we all moved, 2nd through 12th grade moved to our main campus, we still kept the name of the school, and we have the M.E. Freeman Elementary School on the front hall wing to the right. So we kept that.
All right, Miss Carol Jean, let's get back to Warren County. Why Warren County? You could have gone probably anywhere you wanted to.
I can't think it was just Providence.
Providence.
Yes, definitely, because there's no reason that I should have been there, and then I was, and it's been the biggest blessing.
I didn't ask you this, but I didn't tell you I was going to ask you this. I think you can answer me. Tell me some people in your life that's made a difference other than your family.
Other than your family.
Other than your family.
A preacher friend that I know, Roger, and hold on just a minute.
You remember Roger's last name?
Bennett. Roger Bennett. Okay. Lots of people. Diane Rooks from Hip Thompson. Okay. She and her mama and her dad.
What was her mama's name?
Ms. Rooks.
I tell you what, she worked at Fort Gordon, I believe, and Bill was her husband, and she and my aunt, Ethel Strauss, she was Ethel Sanders at the time, they were big buddies.
And I'll tell you truthfully, a lot of the teachers and the administrators that I work with, and the ones that I work with now, make a big difference in my life.
Do you believe in the statement, too much is given, much is expected?
Absolutely.
No question about it.
Absolutely.
Do you believe we got to give back?
Absolutely.
That's why we're here, isn't it? Isn't that why God?
That's
our
purpose.
Yeah.
That's our purpose.
To give back. If we are takers, then we're not going to be. Our life is not going to be very satisfying, is it?
That's exactly right.
I appreciate somebody that gives back, and
It just gives from the heart.
My uncle taught me some valuable lessons. He used to tell me, he said, Ralph, let me tell you something. You're no better than anybody in this world, but ain't nobody better than you are either. Always remember that.
That's right.
He said, son, I don't care what you do in life. If you're a ditch digger, you better be the best ditch digger and the most honest ditch digger that's ever been. And I'll be proud of you. So those lessons have gone with me all my life.
That's right. I see our teachers every day, from elementary, middle, and high, Mr. Akella, Scott Swan, everybody. Just giving back and teaching that lesson to kids that it's important to give back.
What does Scott Swan teach over there?
Scott he teaches marketing. We did the Dave Ramsey financial course. He does entrepreneurship and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Dave Ramsey does a great job. We had that course at our church, and I used to have him on the radio a lot. He would give some little tips and everything.
He's all of them are just fantastic.
Yeah. Well, that's Scott just lost his mom, Linda.
Right. I just lost my dad, and he lost his mom. And
she was a sweet and wonderful lady. She raised some good boys.
Yes, she did.
And Raymond's a good guy. Raymond did business with me for a long, long time. And they're good people. We got so many good people. You go to First Methodist Church.
Me? No, I don't.
I thought you did. Okay.
I do not.
Your son-in-law does.
Yes, my daughter and son-in-law go there, and my great whatever it is grandparents. I think helped start the church, and their faces are on the stained glass.
Yeah, that's right. The Smiths.
Yeah, we're at Shiloh Methodist.
Yeah, made the best. Shiloh's a good church too. They made the best cakes in the world back in the day.
Yes, they did. My grandmama was amazing.
Yeah, she sure was. They've been dead a while now, wasn't they?
Yeah.
Your granddaddy was on our board of directors there for a long time at the Bank of Thompson.
Yes, he was. He knew where every penny.
What kind of business was he in?
My granddaddy.
Yeah.
Well, they had a cake business. He was a surveyor at one time. He worked at the meat plant.
Okay.
And they raised cows.
There's just a lot of different
lots
stuff.
of different things.
I bet him and Paul Bowden living next door to him were probably pretty good friends, wasn't they?
That's right.
And Mr. Paul Bowden was a tremendous entrepreneur as well. If you'd like to give us a call, you can at 706-595-9846. We're visiting with Superintendent of Schools for Warren County, Miss Carey, and she's done a great job. Go ahead, caller.
Ralph, you got a special guest on tonight.
Yeah. Do you know this? You know who this is, Carol Jean?
I know who Miss Carol Jean is. I met her at Coach Hempfield one night, and I've stayed in touch. I've kept up with her ever since.
Yeah.
And through Coach Hempfield, and because we lost a great American when we lost him.
Yes, we did.
Good man.
And I've kept up. Carol Jean, had you been in coaching and the job you've done in that school system, you'd have been coach of the year every year.
Well, that's so sweet.
I know.
It's easy when you have a good staff.
I know what you inherited. I know what you've done. You know, not to. You said you didn't like you didn't like part of mathematics, but you've taken that program and you've gotten the federal grants, and you've got an outstanding school there, and you don't have much of turnover in your faculty either, do you?
No, we don't. We really don't. If you're there, you're there by divine appointment. But let me just say this: that one person can't do things alone, and I certainly didn't do that by myself. The group that we have, the team that we have, we work together like you just wouldn't believe.
Coach, I talked to Matt Ward earlier today. He's going to be on the show next week, but he said Larry Morris is doing somewhat better. So still got to pray for him, but he said I checked on him today and he's doing somewhat better. So that's a good thing.
But I just want to call in and.
Well, thank you so much. I really, we all of Warren County appreciate that positive compliment. A lot of people don't know what a jewel of a school we have, and our college and career academy, and the things that we offer that the most affluent schools around offer. But we know, and we are quite proud.
Absolutely. I tell you, folks,
I know you are, and I watch the number of people getting scholarships.
Oh, listen, when we had graduation and we had to announce all the scholarships, our graduation lasted an hour and 40 minutes for 35 people to walk across. We already had 5 or so go to the military because we had to announce scholarships and college acceptances.
Yeah, that's great. When I was a young man.
Guys, I just want to call in and say how proud we are of your school system there, and what a great job you've done. And I'm just thankful that Barry Hempfield introduced me to you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Coach. Good
job. Yes, ma'am. Y'all have a great night.
You too. When I was a young man, we, I guess I was 13 or 14, we had met some young girls from Warrenton. And we'd catch a bus. Wouldn't cost but 10 cents.
Cheap date.
Yeah. And we'd all meet them girls over at the tennis court. Mm-hmm. And then when I got old enough to date, we wouldn't go to the movie theater here. We'd go over to the Knox Theater, because it had better movies and a lot better refreshments. But back in my day, you could take $3 and have a date, go to a movie, have popcorn and Coke, and you'd go out to Sonny's and have a hamburger, french fries, and a pink lemonade, and maybe have 15, 20 cents left over. I don't see how young people afford to date anymore.
I don't either.
They'll stay at home.
I don't know. When I was little, my granddaddy would take us to Sonny's or Sophie's, and we thought we were so uptown.
Oh, what are you talking about? Let me tell you something. Whoa, Sonny's and Sophie's used to have those. We used to call it a sirloin steak, a sirloin.
Yeah.
And it was so big it would hang over the plate. That thing was huge. Mm-hmm. And you'd have French fries and salad and rolls, and $2.06. Taxes was 3 cents. Club sandwich, it was great. Hamburger steak, and had lunches for 97 cents. My old friend Michael Bonner, 3 or 4 of us would go over there for lunch, and old Michael, he would be about half through, and he said, Miss Lady, bring me a nerd, and just like her. And he'd eat 2 of them lunches. He said, boy, you ain't be one to flip at work this afternoon. But those were good times. And shrimp, both of them had great shrimp.
Sonny's was the one across town, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And so when you
Sonny
walked in,
Ball's-
they'd have that little music, that
Yeah.
real, I don't know what you call it,
Yeah, well,
elevator-y kind of music,
yeah.
and they had cloth napkins and stuff.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we thought we were uptown.
Oh, we love. That's where we'd all go take our dates after when I was in school, out to Sonny's, and we'd hang around even when we didn't have a date. We'd just go out there and hang around. Everybody, with girls and boys, would stay outside because you drive in. They would bring you anything from the drive-in to your car,
Right.
and just great memories. You're gifted, and you said God has given you a gift, and you're giving that gift back to society. It's just a pleasure to know that we have people in our community that love to do the things that you love to do. And we're blessed. Those young people and those teachers over there are blessed to have you as their superintendent of schools. You're a great leader.
Thank you. I was over there today, and the principals were bragging so on the teachers and all that they're doing to try to reach the kids and contact the kids and all that. So it's truly, it's my blessing. A lot of people dread going to work, and I love to go to. I love it. I love my work.
Yeah.
I'm not there every day, but I love it. When I go, I don't dread it, and we try to have an environment there where people don't dread going to work. Where we go there, and we do our job,
That's
we
what
have a
my
good
uncle told
time.
me. He said, son, pick a career that it won't be work,
That's right.
that you're going to enjoy going to it every day. And I did in the banking business.
Well, and
I
it's
look
so
forward.
important for kids, because who wants to be stuck in a room with a person that doesn't want to be at work, that's a grouch all the time, and just, who wants that kind of
I
person
can
to be a
honestly
teacher?
say I don't think I've ever had a teacher that way.
Well, I don't think we have any teacher like that, and I'm just so proud of them.
One of my most interesting teachers was Dr. Ralph Walker at Augusta College,
I
taught
had-
political science.
Yes, I had him.
Boy, he was good.
I'll tell you who I had that was hard. Dr. Chi with statistics.
Yeah, I didn't
That was
have that.
interesting.
I bet it was.
That was interesting.
But I've been blessed, and if Robbie's on the phone, is he on the phone? All right, Robbie, go on with your thing, my man.
Yeah, it's nice hearing y'all tonight. And Carol Jean, it sounds like you're doing a wonderful job over there. Nice to hear everything you had to say.
Thank you. We're having a good time over in Warren County, but we are working hard.
Okay.
Nice to see that.
Can I just say one thing before we go?
You sure can.
That we have so many people in our community that support us, from the chamber to John Graham to the individuals, like I said, Stephen Marie Eccles, Georgia Pacific. I mean, the list just goes on and on.
Do you know Bobby Newsom that is retired from Georgia?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Wonderful man.
Georgia Pacific they have provided everything from money to school supplies to grants, JEMC, Georgia Power. We just have a lot of really good sponsors and a lot of support from our community members. And I just like to say thank you to all of them. Gosh, I'm trying to think it. I leave out anybody, and I hope not. But anyway, the bank, First State Bank.
First State Bank.
And anyway,
And Citizens Bank too. Don't you have First Citizens over there too?
we don't have Citizens there anymore, but
Oh.
they were wonderful when they were there.
Yeah,
Tommy-
Jetty Johnson used to work there.
Yeah,
before Tommy did.
And Tommy is so great. He's wonderful to
Yeah,
work with
Tommy,
too.
good people. He's good people.
So
But you're blessed.
y'all.
All right, Robbie, let's hear what you got to do.
All right. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day, and dark sacred nights. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The color of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying how do you do. They're saying I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow, learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Oh, man. Beautiful as always, Robbie, my man. I hope you can be live with us next week.
I sure hope to be there. Y'all have a wonderful night.
You too, my friend. Good to see you. Most talented young man. Very, very
Very
talented.
good, very good. Thank you for having me tonight.
Thank
And
you.
I wish you, if you and anybody else, if you want to tour just the best school system,
I'd
the
like to do
cleanest
that.
schools, the
Let
best
me come up
ground,
there and speak to your young people when they get back in school.
we'll do that.
I would love to do that.
We'll do.
You got
We'll-
my number now,
yes,
so
I do.
call me and let me know.